Greetings, citizens, and welcome to another adventure of the Real Comic Heroes podcast. I'm Travis.
And I'm Patrick.
How's it going?
I'm trapped in the time zone.
Yeah.
Twilight proportions. I'm back with Bond.
Oh yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while.
Just when I thought I was out.
Keep pulling me back in.
Yeah. 4-4, your eyes only.
Yes.
Brought to you by AARP. Old people can be sexy too.
And the Winter Olympics.
Yes. Yeah. This is, I put my first note was, whoa, Bond's old.
Yeah.
I sort of draw the line like mid-40s for Bond.
Yeah, I think this is the biggest age gap between a Bond and a Bond girl. The Milana,
the raven-haired.
Yeah.
Not the skiing teenage girl.
Well, I think that actress is a year or two older, but she's playing younger. The
Really?
skier is supposed to be, she's in her 20s, but and the age that she's playing is very vague. I don't know what age she's playing. But then the other girl, Milana, is, a year or two younger and playing 20s something. So yeah, I think that's the biggest age gap between a Bond and Bond girl.
Yeah, I can tell.
And it's noticeable.
Oh yeah.
So we'll get into all that. But yeah, we're here for Your Eyes Only. It's an interesting one. Guess we can jump right in.
Yeah, let's get this one over as quickly as possible.
Okay. I'm sensing you didn't have as good a time with it as I might have.
Wow, really? Okay.
I'll explain why. I mean, we'll get it.
Well, if sniffing glue is not involved, then I'm not accepting your proposal as to why this is a good film.
Okay.
Okay. So, you want to start off with basically the act break we're doing from the beginning opening sequence, till about the time Bond gets to the Skiapalooza.
Yeah, in Cortina.
Yeah.
And then...
And I kept hearing Cortana in my head.
Oh, it might be Cortana. Oh.
Because of Halo.
Is that it's Microsoft?
Yeah. It's the sentient being in Halo's...
Gotcha.
AI thing.
Yeah.
Then Act 2 is from there all the way till about the time figure out who the villain is.
Yeah, they're planning their attack on Saint Cyril at the monastery.
So that's where we're going with this one.
Yep.
I'll let Travis start us off.
All right.
Act 1.
I didn't know. I've seen this probably once before, so pieces of it felt familiar, especially a lot of the winter stuff, or the Cortina skiing stuff. I had no memory of Blofeld being in the opening of this, but I really liked the callback to Bond at his wife's grave.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was an interesting touch, because I'll get into it later, but I think it was a good idea to call back to that relationship, especially because this Bond, this was the one where they were going to recast Roger Moore. He was not intended to be,
I can see why.
Yeah, I think they were like, well, he's had a good run. He's done a few movies, and we got Roger Moore for a couple. We got 2 more after this one.
Because right around now, I'd imagine Pierce Brosnan was getting brought up.
Well,
maybe a little after, but
the interesting part, the Countess that Roger Moore hooks up with is Pierce Brosnan's wife.
Really?
Yeah, and that's how the Broccoli's met Pierce Brosnan.
She seems older.
She does, yeah. I thought that too.
But maybe it's just because she's just so much. Well, Bond's other ladies are so young.
So much younger, yeah. And she seemed age appropriate when he sleeps with her.
I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Good on you, Bond. I'm not
that's
out by this.
Was or still is, I'm not sure. That was Pierce Brosnan's wife, and that's how she brought him to set.
Okay.
That's how he met. And then, it's still, he was considered for Dalton took over. Like, Brosnan was considered for those movies, but.
I know he had other engagements with the TV show that I'm blanking on right now.
Steel.
Remington Steele.
Yeah. and I think it was up, and he would have been all cleared for Bond, and then like at the last minute they said, nope, we're going to shoot another season. You're still ours. So I thought the opening with Blofeld, it was, I get why they did it. They didn't want to show space. At this point they had lost the rights to Blofeld with that whole Kevin McClory Thunderball Spectre ownership rights or whatever. So this was kind of a big FU to Kevin McClory by taking his character and essentially dropping him down a smoke shaft.
Yeah, we're choked up over Blofeld.
Oh, just so sad. With as great as the last time we saw Blofeld was with Telly Savalas, I think it was the last time. Might not have been. But it was really a crummy way to treat the character.
Yeah, I know. I was like, is that like a fake Blofeld? Like, I didn't realize it was actually Blofeld. It seems stupid.
But, I mean, the opening sequence itself, like the helicopter stuff, is incredible.
Oh, yeah. Stunt work?
Yeah.
Insane.
So I do like it for that reason.
Yeah, it was shot really well.
Yeah.
They spent, I mean, it lasted a while, but they spent a good chunk of time, and did it right, I thought.
Yeah. I thought even the rear projection stuff with, Roger Moore hanging on the outside of it, it was done pretty well. I mean, and the stuntman that they had on the actual helicopter, that was really, really well done. Some of the stuff when they pick up Blofeld and they're flying with him, like you can tell it's either a dummy or but no, I mean it works for me as an opening. It's a little silly with just some of the stuff that they have Blofeld saying, like he's pleading with Bond, like he'll give him all this stuff or whatever to say. It's not what, if it wasn't because of the legal rights with the character, they wouldn't have treated the character so poorly, So
I think that was the other reason I didn't get it.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that was Blofeld because he didn't act like
right.
And it sort of was that opening sequence sort of was how I felt about the movie.
Oh, okay.
It was really well done, visually, stunt wise.
Yeah.
But this actual scene, it sort of ended oddly.
Okay. That's fair.
Coyotes, Wile E. Coyote sound effect when he gets dropped into the.
Yeah, I didn't notice it, but
I was like, oh.
I'm surprised,
Because it totally just ruined all that great.
Yeah.
Work they just did.
Yeah.
I was like,
All right, keep your hair on. Put me down! Put me down! Oh, you want to get off? Mr. Bond!
And he gets dropped down on a smokestack.
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean now.
Yeah. It was just so.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
That's how I felt this whole movie.
Okay.
It was well done in points, but as a whole, it just didn't live up to the sum of its parts.
Okay. That's fair. For me.
And that's it for today.
Yeah, and we are done. Record time. For me, it's just this movie had a lot of This was Roger Moore's From Russia with Love / On Her Majesty's Secret Service. To me, the plot is From Russia with Love. They're going after essentially a Lecter device, a decoding device, just like From Russia with Love. Mm-hmm. And that's basically all it is. They're just trying to keep this device from, falling into their own hands. And to me, some of the characters are a lot like On Her Majesty's Secret Service. You got Columbo later on, he's like a mixture of Karim Bey from Russia with Love and what's his name in On Her Majesty's? Tracy's father.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
So just had similar aspects of both movies.
Well, the whole movie was just like, okay, we're Bond. This is what we do.
Yeah, but
ski,
to me,
underwater.
Yeah, yeah.
It was just rehashing everything they did well.
That's true, and it was a lot of scenery changes. They go a lot of places, and a lot of scenery changes, a lot of action set pieces in this one.
Oh yeah.
So that's why, to me, this is. I would have saved this to the end, but I just want to. It's a good James Bond movie if you're a James Bond fan. I think if you're not a James Bond fan, I wouldn't recommend this one as your Roger Moore movie. I would probably go with like Man with the Golden Gun or what's the other one we really liked of his? not Moonraker. But does that make sense? Like,
yeah, it is basically
the mission is very like James Bond.
Yeah,
and
this
very
movie
classic.
is Bond.
Yeah,
it's well,
there's no gadgets.
I will give it one. The sexy Bond is not here.
Yeah.
It is awkward Bond.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, let's hold off. I'm way too old for you.
Yeah, with both women, it was like, you're too old for. Well, and then I think that's why they had the Countess.
Yeah.
But we'll get into all that.
Because that's what made it un-Bond to me. I couldn't get past how old he was.
Yeah. He's got 2 more movies.
I can't believe him as a suave, swashbuckling man of action.
Okay.
Like, even when he's running, it looks painful.
Well, that running sequence where he's basically chasing the car, it's so long, and you just hear him. It's like, cut away or take out the audio or something. Why are you putting this old man through his paces?
I know. I kept waiting for him to stop and take a puff from an inhaler.
Yeah, that was an odd choice.
It was almost comical again. Like, it was just like, car driving, him running up the stairs, car driving, and still running up the stairs. It's like, I don't need to see him struggle to get up these stairs.
Yeah.
It was just weird choices like that.
Yeah. What's your first point?
Yeah, I mean, I was really digging into that first opening sequence.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I am on board.
Okay.
And then that guy dropped down the tunnel, and I was like, I am not on board.
Check it out.
I'm like, we are in for a weird ride, I have a feeling. That, I don't want to say that tainted the movie, but it kind of did.
Huh. Yeah.
Like, set me off in a annoyed path. And I feel like I'm yelling. It's probably because of the headphones.
Yeah.
I cannot control the volume of my voice.
For me, it's like once they come back from the title credits, which were very bland. I mean, at this point, it felt like, a reuse of.
What's the whole movie? It's they're just doing they're just making a Bond movie. Like, okay, we got to do this. We need the silhouette ladies.
Yeah.
Now we have a random scene at the whole.
But that's all Bond movies.
Is always Bond either getting killed, maybe.
Yeah.
Or it's some kind of action sequence. So it's very formulaic.
Yeah.
They're doing what they do. I don't hold it against them, but I mean the title sequence just.
It was just so basic, and the song was very bland for me.
It was very 1978-ish.
Yeah.
It was like
kind of last gasps of disco.
Yeah.
But when they come back from that title sequence, that ship was excellent. You didn't think so? With I really dug the secret ship within the, I guess underneath maybe, like a submarine underneath a ship.
It's a submarine with a hat, basically.
Yeah. I really dug, because at first I couldn't understand if this was a British ship. I thought it was actually a Spectre ship, because one of the guys comes into the control room or whatever and hands his commanding officer some information, and he says, "We've obtained this from Russian satellites. It shows positions of British ships and American ships." So I thought this was Spectre stealing information from Russia of where the U.S. and British ships were.
Yeah.
But it was actually a British ship who, using their device that we find out here in a minute, they found out that Russia was spying on, British and American ships. So, but I really dug that sequence.
The idea is fine with me.
Yeah.
It's just, are those guys on the top deck
aware?
Imbeciles?
I don't know. Sort? I think they're just undercover. I think they're legitimately like.
Who brings in a bomb?
Yeah.
Who nets?
Who throws a shoe?
Honestly. I was like, really? That's how the ship's going to get done in?
Well, it was clearly like once they realized what they had, it was like, oh shit, get away,
Yeah, they panic.
Yeah.
They don't do anything.
Well,
they just let
2
it keep
seconds before it's going to hit
And how did they not know that was there? It's a giant ass bomb.
Yeah.
You got radar on that thing, I would hope.
Yeah. Well, and they even say like something's incoming, something quickly or whatever. Yeah, that part was a little strange. I couldn't figure out.
The fact that the bad guys are banking on that for them to suck in that.
That's what I wasn't sure about. I couldn't figure out if this was just random accident, like they picked up an old World War II mine.
Because they had it later.
Right. That's what I realized later was in their warehouse.
That just infuriated me. I was just like, okay, I could have gotten it if it was a mistake.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Yeah.
But you'd think you'd do a little more recon with your spy ship.
Yeah.
You wouldn't put it in a minefield from WW2 or something. Oh, I was just so pissed.
Okay, well.
But yeah, I agree. The idea of it's really good.
Yeah.
Like, you have I don't know, it made me think of Connery with the weird hat thing while he was in the water.
the duck hat?
Yeah, the duck hat. It made me think of that because it was a sub with a duck hat.
Right.
Which was the Fisher ship.
Yeah.
So I was like, hey, good callback.
Yeah.
I was hoping it would be called the SS Ducky or something.
Yeah.
Or the Connery. Oh, there is that. I don't know why that just popped in my head, but there's a YouTube channel called Epic Rap Battles.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of it.
And there's a Bond versus Austin Powers.
Really?
Excellent.
Now, how do they do those? Is it like impersonators? Or basically people playing those characters?
Actually rap and make them look like said people.
Okay. I wasn't sure if it was like we're going to take audio clips from them actually talking and then mash it up.
Yeah,
okay.
They do a good job of researching.
Okay.
And I'll have to show it to you later.
It's kind of like Drunk History.
Kind of.
Okay.
I highly recommend that one if you like Bond or Austin Powers or any of that stuff. It's well researched and well done.
Nice.
But the duck hat made me think of it.
That's funny. I want one of these sweaters that these guys are wearing. They're very British. They're like I don't know why I like them so much, but they have like these square patches on their shoulders that are
okay.
I don't know. I saw them. I was like, I want one of those damn sweaters.
I want what was it? The weird jumpsuit in the Neptune sub.
Oh yeah, the Iron Man underwater suit.
Well, no, not that, but like the clothes they're wearing in the sub. They look like Devo.
Oh, I didn't notice those.
Kind of yellow.
Yeah.
Like super yellow.
Yeah.
And I was like, Devo.
Nice.
I was like, what the good? I thought those were pretty sweet.
Right on.
Anyway. Yeah, I was watching that scene, and I have yet to understand the handcuff yourself or something.
Yeah, it's
the stupidest security measure I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
It's asking somebody to chop your hand off, or in this case,
I mean, we're talking about British security here, and they're defending the realm.
I mean, the only thing I could think of, and if it is for this reason, they did a piss poor job of it, is to handcuff them so that they could get to the self-destruct.
I think that's the point, yeah.
Then make it shorter, because obviously you've miscalculated on this. Because if that's the case, I'm down with it.
Yeah.
Just shorten the chain, or make sure the guy's got long arms. Yeah, I've never understood that whole handcuffing. I mean,
like the handcuff in the briefcase, so
because everyone gets their hand chopped off in every movie.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it helps for the random pickpocket or something.
Well, I feel like in this instant, did the guy handcuffed to the station, did he have the key to unlock himself?
There were 2 keys.
Okay. So I think it's also part of like, you can't leave your post. You're locked into this thing.
Well then, I'm assuming those guys are
responsible
wearing
for
diapers then.
Oh yeah. They're what on 8-hour shifts? Maybe 4 hour, probably for security's sake. They can hold it for 4 hours.
I don't know. It's in the water.
Yeah. That's true.
Oh, they probably got like a jar or something else.
Yeah. Just pass around the
trucker
piss jar. They're making that. What's it called? Leroy Jenkins.
Oh, Travis.
Too far. So let's see.
Oh, Moneypenny and Bond.
Yeah.
Ew.
At least they're like appropriately.
It's getting gross though.
Yeah.
And kind of sad.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, Moneypenny, could you please move on?
Yeah. You know?
I just feel bad for her. She's just pining over him.
Sure.
And she's like, got to be in her 40s.
She might be in her 50s.
She's always looked older to me, just because of her Margaret Thatcher hairstyle.
Yeah.
But I get the feeling like she lives with cats, and they're all named James or Bond.
Yeah.
And one of the cats is Moneypenny, and she's really hoping those cats get together.
Right.
I'm just picturing the saddest thing possible.
Okay. Yeah.
And like she has a collection of his hats.
For some reason, I want to say maybe she's not married. I was thinking for some reason that she was already married, or that it became real and appropriate later, like, you know, he was hitting on a married woman, but maybe that's not the case.
Does not seem to be the case.
Yeah.
Again,
anyway,
another sad moment because of the age.
Yeah.
They do the little hat thing where he tosses it on the hat.
That's like a throwback to the...
Yeah. I mean, they're legit just doing a montage of Bond.
Yeah. I was kind of sad that, you know, we don't get any M in this movie, because at this point, Bernard Lee was like still alive, but battling like stomach cancer. So that's why he's absent, and they don't recast him. You know, so it's kind of nice that they treat the actor with enough respect, you know, to not just
smoke pipe.
And I want to say that the guy that Bond meets, I think he's chief of staff in M's office, maybe. Yeah. I think he becomes M.
Yeah, I've seen him.
Okay.
Subsequently.
I think in like the next movie, I think that character, or you know.
Well, they just cast somebody that kind of looks like an M. Like I didn't even notice M wasn't there. I thought that was M.
Okay. The new M.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like he just seemed like that kind of character.
Yeah.
So I just assumed.
I think in the next movie he gets promoted basically to become the new M.
So I'm assuming M is a moniker.
It's a title. Yeah.
Minister. Minister of Death Merchants or something.
I want to talk about Bond. Basically, well, they do the, what do they call it? Identigraph. That was painful.
That's where he after.
Of course, that's after. Yeah, I was.
Milana,
yeah.
And that was cool. I like her.
I like her, and I like the whole sequence of them meeting. You know, that starts out with them. You know, Bond's tracking down that assassin who, like in his off time when he's not assassinating, dude lives well.
Yeah, he's Hefner.
Yeah, he's got like a pool with just random. You know, I was really expecting like them to show everyone basically doing drugs and like, you know. So I think that's implied.
Yeah, well,
you know.
This is the era of nose candy
pool party, and it seemed like an early morning like pool party. I don't know why, it just felt very like a brunch.
The morning dew on the leaves.
Yeah. But I like that whole sequence of, you know, him diving in the water and getting hit with her crossbow arrow.
Yeah, because I was getting ready to judge him on his dive.
Yeah. Who belly flops, you know? Well, I thought that was really cool.
I like that the girl laughed. Like
in the car?
No. In the pool.
Oh,
like
okay.
When he belly flopped, she laughed.
Yeah.
And the blood starts coming out. She goes,
yeah.
But, yeah.
So I dig that sequence. Bond basically on the run was kind of fun. And
assuming they were sponsored by Volkswagen and they were showing the rough reliability of
that little yellow car.
Yeah,
I think it was a Citroen. I don't know. Yeah. But I mean, it's kind of like, okay, this is the joke. She drives a really tiny car, and Bond is used to, you know, high performance, whatever.
Although his vehicle is awful.
Yeah, those Lotuses are pretty bad.
Although I did like the security.
Security, yeah. I was listening to it's James Bonding. They were talking about this episode. And they talk about, like, what if some kids are playing ball, like, too close to the car and it breaks a window? Like, way to go, Bond.
I was thinking that, plus the next car that Mario Luigi's in also has that sticker.
Well, it's the car that, as Bond was walking with Q to the Identigraph, he says, oh, it looks like you got your car back together or whatever. Yeah, it's that car.
If somebody tries to break the window to get to him, Luigi's screwed.
No, yeah.
Like, why wouldn't you get...
It's probably one of those things you would set it and then walk away. It's not, if you're in the car, it wouldn't blow up.
I can see Roger Moore forgetting. He is older.
He's getting,
Where to put the keys?
He gets out, walks away, leaves Luigi in the car with the security system on.
I did put that in my notes when they were walking through the lab. I was like, okay, this is where they show us Bond's life alert.
Yeah.
Okay, Bond, if you fall and you can't get up, press this button.
Yeah, it's basically the only gadget he would have needed in this one. No, I dig the, like, once they have the tiny car, it's kind of cool as they're going down basically going down through the woods, down the mountainside or whatever.
Yeah,
it was kind of a fun chase.
At first, I thought they screwed up because I kept seeing people on the hill.
Yeah.
And I thought that was like the stunt crew, pulling the car or something, but I guess it was just, maybe it was part of an excuse to have those people there, but...
I noticed at one point they crashed through like a net that I'm thinking they're collecting
it's like
nuts of some kind. I think they were nuts of some kind. So I'm guessing they were basically farmers.
Yeah. I didn't catch on that right away, so I thought they just screwed up.
Yeah.
But yeah, that scene lasts a decent amount of time.
Yeah.
I like that the townsfolk help them out.
Right, yeah.
And then some of the people are like jeering at the chase team. There's one guy who was like, hey! Boop-a-da-ba-ba!
Boop-a-da-ba-ba! Yeah.
Boop-a-da-ba-ba!
And this was the Cuban assassin.
Yeah.
I don't remember where this takes place.
Yeah, I don't recall. It seemed very European, like old world European, just by the streets and the scenery. Like somewhere in Italy or something like that. It felt like anyway. I don't know if it was meant to be, but I think just like the small roads and the tight town area.
That's true. I was getting more of like a South America vibe just from the countryside when they were escaping, but yeah, the town did feel very.
It felt European,
Italian, or
maybe like old world.
Yeah, This was a hard movie to judge where they are because a lot of it takes place in Greece.
Yeah,
but then the ski stuff
Moscow,
I think was in.
Supposed to be Moscow. Couldn't
tell. Which part?
The ski.
See, I thought that was Italy. Is that Cortina, right?
Mm-hmm.
It sounds Italian to me. I don't.
I probably thought it was Russian just because I associate the Winter Olympics with Russia.
Yeah.
that severe skating teacher.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just always think of Russia when I think of cold.
Yeah, I mean that's completely valid.
But yeah, it could be. I don't know.
So it was a very difficult movie for as many scenery changes as they go through. It was still hard to figure out where are they.
Yeah, honestly, I could care less.
Yeah, it really doesn't matter too much.
Whatever. And it wasn't vital to the plot.
No.
It was weird. I was like, are they in Tibet? Where are they at?
Oh yeah.
They're all over the place.
Yeah. I thought it was interesting that Bond actually fills out a report. Later on, he gives to the chief of staff and what was the other guy? Some kind of minister.
We skipped the 3D machine.
Well, yeah, the identigraph. Yeah. Let's talk about that.
Why did it go red in there?
Yeah, I don't know.
I kept waiting for a 3D hologram to show up.
Right, yeah.
And I thought that's why, but it was just a horrible computer graphic.
Yeah, it was a weird,
printed on a dot matrix printer.
Yeah.
Right.
Eyes. A little smaller.
Uh-huh.
Blue.
Right.
A little grayer.
Yeah.
That's it. You have it. Now, nose.
Yeah, it was an odd scene to show this amazing technology, I guess.
I was like, are we really going to go through all this?
I know. Yeah, it was rough.
Although I did like Q screwing up and making his
big nose.
And the nose.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But I was just like, this is kind of stupid and cheesy.
Well, when Bond says his eyes were blue, and then he says grayer, you were not that close to that guy to see that he's got A, blue eyes, and B, a grayish blue
He was at
eye.
least a good 50, 60 feet away.
Easily.
And, the detail that Bond knew about this random guy.
Yeah.
Well, it was just ridiculous how long that scene took.
Yeah.
I thought they'd just do a couple details and then cut to it.
Yeah, well, it was
it was literally through every facial feature.
And they show the passage of time because they kind of, and it's a very smooth transition. It almost looks like they're in there for 30 seconds because we only see about a minute and a half of this thing. But then they go through multiple cups of tea or whatever, and someone, they open the door, she brings them more tea or coffee, and like the office is empty. So it's like implied that they go through this for hours. It's like, could you not have just sat down with a sketch artist for 45 minutes? I mean, is this really the best way?
Yeah.
So.
And it conveniently printed out exactly.
Yeah, his photo. Yeah.
Like I could have gotten it if I'm assuming it wasn't off of his description, but his description led to the picture of the guy in their database.
I think so, because I thought it was going to be like they'd go sit in a chair and he would say what color hair, brown, and then it would filter out everyone with blonde or black hair,
like
and then he'd say Caucasian, and then it would filter out everyone else that whatever.
I was just playing South Park, The Stick of Truth.
Yeah.
And you get to pick like your ethnicity.
Yeah.
And then your like thief or mage or whatever.
Oh sure. Yeah.
And if you pick a white character and a thief, Cartman goes, "Huh, a white thief. Well, first time for everything." So awful.
Oh my god.
And if you pick like the Jewish mage, because Cartman is with, he's like, "Well, guess we're not gonna be friends."
Wow.
It's like, wow, Cartman,
that's great.
You gotta play that game. It is so gross.
Yeah.
Let's just say that I don't even feel comfortable saying what happens in that game.
Wow.
It's that uncomfortable.
Wow. Okay.
It's South Park. Let's just say that.
Yeah. Right on.
But that's what I thought of when you said, okay, and he's a white guy.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, Cartman.
Nice.
Awful.
That's funny. I thought it was weird that once they escaped from the bad guys and they go to one of their hotel rooms, I guess. This is when I thought, oh, okay, he's gonna, make his move on her, which I thought that's gonna be really creepy because she's just now getting over the murder of her parents.
Yeah.
So I was pleased that they didn't go that way. But then he's telling her about, revenge and why she shouldn't be getting involved. She should stay out of it. And he says that they're safe now. Well, they didn't kill any of the bad guys except for the assassin that she killed.
Mm-hmm.
They're still going to be pursued by these guys.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, So I thought it was weird for him to say, well, we're safe now.
Well, it's always been weird that he would say that because they're obviously, because later on they ransacked the boat that she has.
Yeah.
Because the dad knew about the secret spot in the ocean.
Yeah, I guess we should. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, the plot of this movie is that the ship went down.
Yeah.
They didn't blow it up because the water was rushing in and the guy was
handcuffed guy
too far away.
Yeah, he couldn't do the self-destruct.
Which was a nice scene. It was like, ooh,
yeah.
It. No, I mean, I'm good with that. But the essential plot is that there's an encryption machine sunk
ATAC.
ATAC, or the AT-AT machine, as I call it.
The Lecter.
The Lecter. Is sunk at the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah.
It's not sunk far enough, as was said by the minister or whoever Bond was talking to. It didn't sink too deep, so not deep enough.
Yeah.
So this guy knows that it sank near her dad's sort of site for geological, or not geological. What's the word I'm looking for?
He's not a marine biologist.
They're scavenging for treasures in the ocean.
He has a lot of shells and
what Indiana Jones does. That's the word.
Archaeology.
Archaeology.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess
underwater
he's an
archaeologist.
Yeah. Okay.
Good Lord.
Yeah, we got there, folks.
God, who's old?
I'm gonna leave all that in too.
I feel like Roger Moore.
Yeah,
I can't remember things.
Huffing and puffing up that hill.
Dig the butt, Jones. Where am I?
Yeah, that's right. So her parents are close to knowing where it
seems
the
close to the site
is.
And they would have known the ship went down possibly.
Yeah.
Because there's something that they know, because Bond is supposed to I thought Bond knew about her parents. So there's something weird connection with the spy organization and her parents.
Well, I know that basically it's Russia wants this device, so they're going to send the guy with the glasses that the identigraph picked up. His name, Locke. His name was Locke. Mm-hmm. But I think Russia contacts the main bad guy of the movie, Christados.
I kept thinking he looked like that Bronson guy from Virgin, the real life Virgin Atlantic.
Bronson. Branson.
Yeah.
Okay.
I kept thinking he looked like that guy.
Okay. Yeah.
So in my head, he's Branson.
Gotcha.
Bronson's death wish, my fault.
Right. Yeah, that was throwing me off. I'm like, what?
Yeah. But yeah, he's meeting that guy. Well, he's meeting the general.
Yeah.
From Moscow at the end. And is that guy that he's with in the temple the skiing guy with the gun?
The blonde German guy? Yeah.
Is the same guy? Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't recognize him outside of the ski resort.
Oh, okay.
I was like,
once we meet him at the ski resort, he is basically the head henchman from then on.
So yeah, they get in contact with that guy because he's good at smuggling, I guess.
Yes. Christados is a smuggler.
Yeah.
And they're going to use whatever their deep sea diving equipment and all his resources to get this, salvage this lector device, basically.
Speaking of that thing, they foreshadow like a mother in this movie.
Yeah.
Like the close up on the motorbike tire.
And
then the suit and there's all these things. They just go, hey, look at this.
Yeah, this is going to come back later. Let's see. So
basically, the Russians want the device so they can decode all the communications that the British are using.
It's the same reason that the Russians want the lector in.
And they can't change their devices because of something. I can't remember why. Because Bond, I think, asked, or somebody asked, why can't you just change your encryption?
Gotcha, yeah.
And it would take too long to change things.
Okay.
And leave them open to disastrous consequences or some crap like that. Because nobody's got a cell phone.
Right, well, yeah.
They just have giant walkie-talkies that I saw multiple times in this movie.
Notice them.
There was guys in the first sequence with the assassination of the assassin.
Oh, okay.
They had walkie-talkies on their motorbike as well during one of the chases in the snow.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was that scene. I don't know. But a lot of chases in this movie.
Yeah, oh yeah. Let's see. At this point, we have
the ski resort.
I think end of Act 1, Bond meets Luigi Ferrara.
And we learned that the Olympics are somehow associated with the Bond.
Well, I watched this as these are Olympic trials. Like these guys are. This isn't the actual Olympics.
Yeah.
But they are competing to, advance to the Olympics. Is what I thought this was. Or maybe. Yeah.
But then that guy had a bib on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either way, or maybe the movie was just saying, when the Olympics were held here,
I think it's smart if this was an Olympic set that's already been used and they're just reusing it.
That's why,
And I was like, maybe you got a cheap deal on it.
I think so.
Because usually those things notoriously just fall apart.
Yeah.
Are useless.
Right.
But I knew we get some sweet, sweet skiing action.
It's not bad,
Although it did remind me a lot of the last, blank on the Bond movie, where Blofeld got his neck broken.
Yeah, on Her Majesty's.
Yeah.
That's
reminded
part
me of that with the whole bobsled course.
Right. See, that's part of what made me think this is Roger Moore's On Her Majesty's, because of the winter aspect of,
because they got that, and they got the underwater sequences.
Well, and they kind of chase him through the town, not through the town so much as they did in On Her Majesty's, but just little elements of it that felt very, very reminiscent of that movie. So.
And at no point did I believe he could make that long jump.
Oh, that was funny.
At the least, he should have just fallen because that guy hit him.
Yeah.
He should have made
it. So here's where we meet our Bond's ally in quotes, Christados, who's we saw him last in Empire Strikes Back. He's the basically tank commander of the AT-AT.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the guy that's telling Vader, you can start your landing, General Veers. So that's where we saw him. He is going to be Indiana Jones, Last Crusade. He's like the main villain of it. We'll get to. And then he's Grand Maester Pycelle, I think, in Game of Thrones. The old guy that's in the robes, and he's like the Maester.
Wow.
Yeah. That's Julian Glover. So
nice.
Yeah.
Deep cut.
Huh?
That's a deep cut.
Yeah. Dude got old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at Carrie Fisher. Yeah, she had a rough go.
Well, yeah. And when we also get to meet BB. And I have no idea what purpose she serves in this movie.
Nothing other than an annoyance. She's the Jar Jar Binks in this movie.
Right. It's weird because they're very vague about, is she underage?
Knowing the Olympic athletes, I'd say yes.
I would think so, right? Yeah. I would not be surprised.
Like 16, 15.
Yeah. 15, maybe she's not 14, but 15,
by the time
16.
You're in your 20s, you're pretty much over the hill.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I thought too. Like, so it's weird to introduce this character who, when they first introduce her, she's very like, oh golly gee, thanks, mister. Very like precocious child. But then they over-sexualize her like minutes later when she's getting undressed and into Bond's bed. I don't know what they're...
Well, she's showering in his room.
Well, right. That's what I mean. Like, she's,
butt naked.
Naked, walking through his... Yeah.
Don't you like me?
Why, I think you're wonderful, BB, but I don't think your Uncle Harry would approve.
Him? He thinks I'm still a virgin.
Yes, well, you get your clothes on, and I'll buy you an ice cream.
And she's all like, ooh, he thinks I'm still a virgin.
Yeah.
Which tells me that she's young.
I just don't know what the point of... Because at this point, you've got two women who are very young. Too young, I think, for Roger Moore. And so is it because they're young that they're coming up with reasons why he doesn't sleep with them? Like, we'll introduce a girl that's way too young, and so that's why he can't sleep with her. And then we'll have a character who just lost her parents and is very, like, fragile, I guess, and young. And that's why Bond won't sleep with her.
They couldn't just have an older Bond girl.
Right. Like, why not just cast someone that's age
appropriate? They've done that before where they've had an older Bond girl. I mean, didn't we just have one not too long ago?
Well, in Spectre, Monica Bellucci was the oldest Bond girl up to date.
Was
she was
50 about that or something?
What's that?
Was there a big backlash?
I think back then, I mean, because obviously back then they probably wanted to cast whoever was, young and hot and popular at the time.
They just make it extra awkward.
Yeah,
for Roger Moore, really.
That's what I thought too. It's a weird, creepy, awkward layer to add to this for no reason. It was really weird, and
it's like why make it more obvious that he's older?
Right. That's what I didn't get. That's kind of what I was trying to get to is that rather than have him not sleep with someone, they have to come up with a reason for him not to sleep with someone other than maybe he's
fine with the Countess. I was on board with
that.
Right,
yeah, that totally
made sense to me.
Right. Yeah.
And he was in his element. He was Bond again.
Yeah, he was in a casino. He was picking up this chick who had like ties to information that he needed to get. So
otherwise, he was like the weird uncle.
Right.
He was just creepy.
It's really weird.
Like he wants to do it, but he knows he shouldn't do it. I didn't know like what was going on with that.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So yeah, that part's just weird. Then let's see, we do meet our German thug henchman who was he looked like if Crispin Glover and Viggo Mortensen had a kid.
Nice.
It just real like I don't know, just had a weird look about him but just that very stereotypical. Really buff, he was almost the Red Grant again from Russia with Love. Yeah. Like just the little similarities between this movie and those other two were just. Another Game of Thrones guy, Charles Dance, was one of the guys pursuing Bond once they were doing the downhill like skiing and the long jump and all that stuff. Like he's Tywin Lannister. Game of Thrones.
Oh, wow.
The father of the Lannisters. Yeah, that was one of the just thugs, just
I like
one of
that
the.
guy.
I don't even think he had a line in this,
Yeah.
so it's not even. Couldn't even call it a cameo at that point. It's probably just one of his early roles, but.
There's a scene that is after the motorcycle chase.
Yeah.
That I just hated with a passion.
Okay.
He meets back up with BB at the ice rink. Practicing.
Yeah.
And then the hockey team of 3 comes out to practice in full-on masks.
Yeah. And
Bond dispatches them with goal-scoring sound effects.
He gets a hat trick. Yeah, that
what
part. You definitely could have cut that part out. But I thought they were being clever because BB's skating coach is very disapproval of all this. And you don't know what her allegiances are. But I thought this was her because she leaves BB and Bond alone. And I thought she went and said, "Hey guys, will you get that creep out of there?" And so I didn't think they were trying to kill Bond. But once the guy goes for him with the ice skate, then I was like, okay, these guys were sent by Cristados, But I really thought they were trying to be clever by having the skating coach send these goons after Bond, just to send him a message of stay away from her, But unfortunately, it was just another assassination attempt that.
And if you know anything about hockey, they did not wear helmets, let alone face masks.
You're right.
I mean, that didn't kick in until the 90s or something, where you had to wear a helmet.
The goalies would have been wearing them.
Yeah,
but not your regular players. But I guess if you want to mask your identity,
it was just this is gonna be bad as soon as I saw them.
Yeah, as soon as they come out, it's like, oh. Okay.
And then the sound effects for the goal. Oh.
Yeah.
But it's again another point of the motorcycle scene was awesome.
Right.
And then they screw it up.
It's kind of like SNL. They don't know how to end a bit satisfactorily. They just have to keep going until it's weird.
Yeah. Yeah. That is Bond. He keeps talking till it gets weird.
Keep going till it's weird.
That is a good synopsis of this film for me.
And this is definitely where the movie slows down.
Yep.
Because he goes, but also in this area, we get the stuff with where Bond hooks up with the Countess, who she is trying to get this. She's a spy essentially because she's playing, I don't know, Italian or whatever location they're in. She's playing that nationality, but she's really British.
Yeah.
But she's working for Cristados, right? No, she's working for Colombo.
Yep. It gets confusing because you don't realize all the moving pieces going on yet.
And who is,
Because I was thrown off. I'm like, okay, what the hell am I doing here? What's going on? Why does she seem okay?
Okay.
If she's working for him.
Right. Because we later learn that the bad guy of the movie is not Colombo. It's really Cristados, and Colombo is the good guy. And that I had known just because I'd seen this. Like I said, it's been a while, but I did remember that they meet this guy, and that's why
the white dove.
What?
The white dove.
The white dove, yeah. And this is what's his name? Zarkov from Flash Gordon.
Nice.
Topol is the actor.
Awesome.
But his character was very Karim Bey and like I said earlier, Tracy's father from.
I wrote down typical Bond meets a convenient character, so he has an army to help him.
Yeah.
And I also wrote down because poor Countess doesn't fare too well.
I know, it was pretty intense when they run her down with the dune buggies or whatever.
I think I wrote down that Bond's dong has the license to kill because that thing's killed more women.
Yeah.
That's 007, if you know what I mean.
That's funny.
Because I'm just like, don't sleep with this guy.
No.
You may not get an STD, but it'll kill you.
Yeah.
He's a sexually transmitted disease.
Basically. There's a woman that he sleeps with in
and he's very cold
Casino
about
Royale.
it.
What's that?
He's very cold about it, too.
Yeah,
he just,
he wasn't attached to her.
He's like, well, sucks to be you.
Throw another one on the pile.
Yeah. I gotta get a count on how many women die after having sex with Bond.
That'd be a good running tally to keep.
Good.
We'll have to count them up from the movies until now, and then we'll keep a running total of innocent. I mean, some of them, like this instant. Well,
I'm gonna
really.
count
Some of them might work for the bad guy or whatever the situation might be, but a lot of them are just random bystanders.
Yeah, we're gonna call it Little Bond Death Toll.
Okay, yeah.
Because that thing is
vicious.
It.
That's good. That's good. And I think we should have a side. We got sidekicks and allies. So you've got Luigi.
I thought you were talking about Bond's.
What?
Bond's penis was his sidekick.
His balls are his allies. No, you degenerate.
Never mind.
Talk about the other people that have died. The Quarrel from Dr. No.
Oh yeah.
Luigi in this one.
Anyone that helps him, basically.
Yeah, the guys that just,
Oh, he has a death toll that surrounds him like no other character, probably.
Yeah. That'll be fun, yeah.
It's just corpses lying.
Right.
He's like the Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Everyone dies helping this guy.
Pretty much, yeah.
But, yeah.
So we get the reveal of the whole Cristados is the bad
guy.
guy, Columbo is the good guy.
Knocked out after her death on the beach by random dudes that saved him from getting killed by the other random dudes.
Right. And again, just like from Russia with Love and Her Majesty's, Bond gets taken in front of Columbo, and then that whole reveal happens where, I'm really the good guy, so.
And I like nuts.
Yeah, this guy loves pistachios. I feel like I would have liked the whole twist better if we'd met Columbo sooner, and if we'd seen him possibly doing nefarious because I feel like when you meet when you meet Columbo, you haven't seen him do anything evil or anything bad. But I guess the point is the Locke character, the actual, the guy with glasses, he's wearing this white dove pin or whatever, and so you're supposed to believe that he's working for Columbo the whole time.
That's what I got from it.
So I guess in a way we're shown that Columbo is orchestrating all these evil deeds when really he's not. He's being framed essentially. So
I like how the true bad guy tells Bond, "You have to kill him."
Yeah.
There's no way around it. You can't talk about him.
Yeah.
Don't talk to him.
Don't let him speak. Yeah.
Trust me, he's bad.
Yeah.
Both guys are kind of shady.
Yeah, I mean, neither of them are good guys. Yeah. But like Columbo says, I might smuggle some. I don't remember what he lists specifically. He says he doesn't do heroin. He leaves heroin to Cristados. Mm-hmm. But yeah, they're both just smugglers, and that's the part of what I like about this movie is there are no world-ending stakes here.
No.
It's an evil smuggler versus a not so nice smuggler, and they're just trying to get this, encryption device so that one country will have more spying capabilities than another country. Yeah. So, and that's it, I dig that about this movie.
I mean, this is right in the Cold War wheelhouse.
Right.
I mean, so that's why you're probably going to see a lot of this kind of spy movies were probably at their height in this area from
probably
60 to maybe 90, 89 whenever the wall came down.
Once in the 80s and you start getting the action movies, of course late 80s you get Die Hard and all those, but early 80s you got a lot of the Charles Bronsons and the Schwarzenegger, a lot of those action movies. So I feel like this is towards the end of the big spy push,
Yeah, it'll come back, but spies will be more action hero than spy. Yeah. Like Jason Bourne and even the new Bond.
The weird thing is now they're coming back around and a lot of your heroes are becoming spies,
You got Black Widow.
Well, look at the Captain America Civil War. Those are spy movies, those are more like spy movies than,
Yeah. I just finally watched that.
Did you?
Yeah.
What'd you think?
Awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, easily some of the best visuals I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like the tunnel scene.
I can just watch that. Oh, okay.
Them running fast.
Yeah.
Was done so well.
Yeah.
granted, I'm comparing against Superman, the first
Sure.
one, where he's running.
Yeah.
So, but I still don't understand how they did it in my head.
I've seen how they did it in one of the.
I have to watch the special features.
Well, I watched the making of or whatever special features thing of the Incredible Hulk, and with Tim Roth's character, because he kind of gets juiced up with some, something that General Ross gives him, and they show him running faster than the other troops because he's been jacked up or whatever. And basically, what they do, he's running on essentially a tarp or some kind of
I picture like a treadmill.
It's basically a treadmill that they're pulling it faster as he's running on it. So it's not much of a trick. It's just a
that's the thing. It's more practical than you would think, and that's what makes it look good.
Right.
Because I knew it was done in a practical manner. It wasn't CGI.
Right.
Well, some of it was, but it wasn't all just computer generated crap. Which I think is what makes it look so awesome.
Yeah, but I can watch that airport fight sequence. Like that's what's nice about having it on the Apple TV is just I can pull it up, go to the chapter, whatever, and just hit the start of that airport sequence and just 20 solid minutes of just.
And I'm looking forward to the new Spider-Man.
Oh yeah,
I like that guy.
Yeah, I do. I think he could be the best Spider-Man we've seen.
It was it was almost a little too Spider-Man. Like he was a little too playful.
Okay, but
considering that he's going into this mega Civil War battle.
Yeah.
With like other superheroes, it seems a little odd that he's so chillaxed.
Yeah. Yeah, I get what you mean.
Dude, you got a metal arm. I was like, okay. I could see him being like, shocked fighting Captain America, but he doesn't seem to be.
Right. Yeah, nothing really phases him too much.
He's just going with the flow.
But that's very much, that's Spider-Man's like one of his strengths is his ability to throw people off, and he's like under the mask he might be basically in terror, but he doesn't show it on the outside. He makes sure that he's disarmingly annoying.
Yeah, I kind of think of him as a influence on Deadpool, the character. Like they're both kind of like
the wise
joking around, kind of thing. Not like
it's
to that
distracting.
Extent.
To their opponents. Yeah.
So I get that Deadpool got some Spider-Man in him.
Yeah.
Like, that sounds gross.
Right. Yeah.
I didn't mean it that way.
Oh, I know.
But anyway, we just got off track.
Oh yeah.
Because of Civil War. Okay.
Spying. Yeah. Spy movies. Yeah. Okay. They do the raid on this wharf, like because Columbo wants to prove to Bond that he can be trusted.
Yep.
And he tells him that we're going to raid Christados's warehouse tonight or whatever. And it's like they sail in, and it's like, come on, man! Like
they didn't raise the alarm until they landed.
It was real weird. Like you're not under the cover of shadow, and like why not come up from the water? Like
yeah, I thought they'd be
Bond movies, like have them all in frog suits and.
I thought they were going to have another underwater scene.
Oh yeah, I'm glad they didn't have an underwater battle, but it was weird to just have them sail in. They drop their sails, and all of a sudden they still have the element of surprise somehow. I didn't get that, but the battle itself was okay. It's just basically them just shooting everybody, and just
a lot of giant containers rolling over people.
Yeah, a lot of warehouse on set, action. And this felt very 80s to me.
Yeah.
This for some reason this like warehouse raid felt very 89 Batman to me when they raid when
there's lots of industrial action scenes in 80s action movies.
Yes.
Like
I think it's easy to build a set with so this for some reason like when Joker, or not even Joker at that point, when Napier raids Grissom's warehouse or the Axis chemical plant, in the beginning of Batman 89, like that felt like this to me. They just felt very similar.
It felt like RoboCop to me.
Okay.
Where they break into the cocaine.
Okay.
Or whatever that drug is.
Yeah.
And it's just, mass chaos.
Right. We do get a pretty. I really dig the way that that Bond dispatches Locke in this. After he's chased him, huffing and puffing up the hill, he ends up, precariously, tilted on the edge of this cliff. And he throws him that pin, that white dove pin or whatever, and then it seems like that's going to be enough to push him over the edge. But then I like the kick that Bond gives the car, just to really
He's like, I did this.
Stick it to him. Yeah. I guess that was very. People didn't like it. They didn't like seeing Roger Moore's Bond be that aggressive or be that cold or whatever. But I dug it.
He's Bond is a cold mother.
Yeah, he should be ruthless. And
like we said, chicks die all the time. He's like, nah, moving on.
So I really dug that.
The only time he's ever shown emotion is with his wife, for the most part.
Yeah.
That's the only time I've seen him react.
Yeah, he's gotten a little sad when certain people have died or whatever, but he's not emotional.
Pretty quick to move on.
Right.
He's got it on lockdown.
Yeah.
I mean, he has got a license to kill people.
That's true.
And this guy killed Luigi.
Yeah. So I think, let's see. And we get a lot of this underwater stuff of them discovering the wreckage of the St. George.
And luckily, she leaves her scuba tank down there for no apparent reason.
Right.
When she did it, I was like, what the hell is she doing? Showing off? She can hold her breath long, so
Yeah. I thought maybe that's something divers do when they, leave equipment at a...
I don't see why.
I don't know. It was purely there for setting it up for later.
I was like, okay, we'll be coming back to this.
Right. They'll need that air tank later.
Because they really let you know she's leaving that there.
Yeah.
And it does come in handy, I'll give her that.
Oh yeah, she's got the
bizarre dragging death scene.
She's got the shine.
Yeah.
She knows what's going to happen.
Yeah, we get to that, and then...
And they go into the boat, and you got I thought it was weird to have...
I like the parrot.
I don't have a problem with the parrot so much. But what I meant was when they were underwater, they go into the ship, they collect the ATAC, and then they have the underwater Iron Man suit who attacks them, which is okay.
Which you saw at the warehouse.
Yeah. And the build up to that is kind of nice. It's a very Jaws kind of suspense because you don't know what's approaching, but they play the music pretty well.
I assumed it was that thing.
You know what's coming, but they play it pretty well. And then they fight the guy in the suit, and obviously, what did they leave him with a bomb of some kind, right?
Yeah, it was the device that was a thermal device that was supposed to blow up.
That's right. Yeah. They disarm the ATAC, it's self-destruct, whatever, and they plant that on the guy, But then they go from that scene to basically the same scene with once they're inside the little mini sub, they have another sub with its pinchers, So that was two similar of a sequences right after each other.
It was just claws.
Yeah. So that I didn't dig too much. And here's the last thing I'll say about the underwater stuff. I wish they would have gone back to the way they filmed underwater stuff of Thunderball.
Yeah.
Because you could see what is happening.
Yeah.
The water was clear enough, and maybe because it was daytime, those sequences, and this is set at I guess at night.
They did a decent job when it was the scene where they're under Bond shows up underwater.
Oh yeah,
that was
fine. But
even the dragging scene with the tow
that was fine too. Yeah. But this, it's all you could see at some points were just the headlights of these little mini subs, and
maybe they thought it was going to be more suspenseful that way because you can't see.
Yeah, I thought it was just poor underwater filming for kind of these sequences. When we've seen great underwater filming for Thunderball, and
it probably could have been shot better, but I like that they did it at night.
Yeah.
And it wasn't crystal clear.
Sure.
Because they're doing stuff that is pretty close to a site that other people are excavating.
Yeah.
So I assume that's why they're doing this at night. Yeah. So.
Let's see.
I
do like the dragging behind the boat. Christados, he gets both of them.
Once they get out of the sub.
Yeah.
And then...
It's a good death trap.
In Bond weirdness, you have to make the death weird. And
you can't just shoot the guy.
You gotta tie them together.
Yeah.
I did like that they dragged him over Coral Reef.
That was pretty clever.
To get the, when he patches him up.
Yeah.
Bleeding too soon.
He specifically patches, his, what was
arm,
the wound
from the claw, from the guy.
Okay. Yeah. He patches him up in order to...
claw motion for Travis.
Yeah. It was appreciated. But yeah, it didn't get the, let's patch him up so he's not bleeding, and then we'll throw him in the water and then make him bleed. Okay.
Yeah.
And so...
The sound effect of him hitting the coral was awesome.
Yeah.
Although I thought he should have been dead.
So for me, this is one of the examples of, like, a lot of Bond movies. There's no reason that he should have lived and not gotten eaten by sharks.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's bleeding, he's tied up, he's shark food,
Yeah.
But because it's Bond, the sharks don't go after him. Instead, the sharks go after one of the henchmen that just gets knocked off the boat. He gets eaten by sharks. It's one of those, like, there's no reason that, this force of nature, or these animals that are unpredictable, why would they spare one and go after the other? The only reason that he's saved is because he's James Bond.
Yes. And his musk is natural shark.
Oh, that must be. So that's what Batman is spraying.
Yes.
He's using essence of
the
Bond.
Sweat of Bond.
In his Bat Shark Repellant. Okay. I'll go with that.
I assume that they can sense that he has a license to kill.
That's true.
Mess.
Okay.
They know another.
It makes
predator.
you smell like an alpha predator.
Yep, that's right.
Okay, I'll go with that then. I'm.
That's as plausible as anything else.
That's true. Okay, so end of Act 2. We're done with this act.
Bond, you crafty bastard.
Yep. So basically, Act 3 starts with Columbo explaining that Christados would take.
So they can't figure out what this. Like, they get back to the boat.
Yeah.
The parrot says, and then the name of this.
Yeah.
They try to figure out who that is.
Right.
Not realizing it's a place.
Right. It's kind of weird that you get your vital piece of information from the bird.
That's the part I had a problem with.
Okay.
I was like,
so that's a
convenient.
Little, yeah.
Because I knew the parrot was going to come in handy.
Oh, yeah.
I just didn't think it would be that vital.
Right.
I was like, holy hell.
Yeah.
All right, secret base, top of the mountain.
Yeah. But it's clever that they, Bond talks to Q, who's in disguise, and he's like, do you know how many St. Cyrils there are? Like, so that's kind of cool. Like, it's not just go to this exact address and you'll find, who you're looking for.
Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned.
That's putting it mildly, 007.
Your signal sent Whitehall into shock. Do you know, so far we've managed to locate 439 St. Cyrils in Greece.
Heaven only knows to which one Christados took the ATAC.
I know a well-informed person to contact about that, Q.
So.
Yeah, I get that. It's just, it was weird.
Yeah, it's very weird.
Like, how is the parrot supposed to pick up on that through a ransacking?
Yeah, I don't know. But anyways, we travel to some monastery, and I guess it's
abandoned. But
yeah,
there's still monks there. I don't get that part.
Sure,
because they're riding around on horses or whatever it was.
But I really dig the build up to this. Basically this separate mission that James has to go on is to scale this mountainside.
You mean the 45-minute mountain climb scene?
Yeah, that one. That's the one I'm talking about.
Holy shit. I was like, is he still climbing?
Yeah.
Are we watching this in real time?
Right. I don't know. I kind of dug this sequence, this act anyways, because we're coming out of Act 2, which was a little long.
Yeah.
A little. So the scaling of the mountainside worked for me. I thought Roger Moore looked good doing it. Like, it felt like, okay, he's not too old to do this. This
it was shot well,
and that
too long.
Yeah, that led me to look up who the director of photography was, because it felt like this sequence felt very 80s action again in a good way, not like the Worf, shoot 'em up scene. Like, that felt like kind of cheesy 80s, but this felt very good 80s action.
Yeah, if I blacked out and came to, like, I would be like, hey, is this cliffhanger?
Yeah. And this is the director of photography was Alan Hume, who will go on to do the remaining Roger Moore Bond movies. He's the one that shoots Return of the Jedi, and then maybe not so good. He'll go on to shoot Supergirl in like '84 or whatever. So we're gonna see his work a lot, coming up. But
there's a Supergirl movie.
Yeah.
I did not know.
Helen Slater.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't know there was a Supergirl full action full movie.
Yeah.
Not TV.
Not TV. I think it went to theaters, and I've seen it once. It's I don't know. I wouldn't want to say if it's good or bad because I don't remember. I've seen it once, but I couldn't tell you anything that happened.
Travis has it on VHS, Betamax,
every format that's available on. Yeah. So for me, just the whole infiltrating the monastery part. You get James scaling the side, and then the guy who, as soon as he discovers that James is on the side of this cliff, like at that point, why didn't he go and tell somebody? Yeah, that I have an issue with. But
what the hell? In every action movie, you shoot those things.
Yeah.
Why does he have to go and kick them?
Go down and actually get hands on with trying to. Yeah.
I mean, again, that's more realistic.
Right.
But we're not in a realistic world.
Yeah.
Why doesn't he just shoot those things at?
Yeah. So yeah, you gotta, I guess.
And I kept thinking of The Princess Bride.
Oh, okay. I'll wait for you.
Yeah. That's what I was like. Did somebody kill his father?
Right.
Bond, you killed my father. Prepare to die.
He probably did.
Probably.
Yeah.
Or his mom, if he banged him.
Yeah, we're right.
Or her.
This could be Bond's son.
Thanks a lot, Dad.
Yeah.
Boom.
I did like the little bit where the guy gets thrown off the cliff and Columbo has to actually go and look to see because they think, oh no, it's James. I like that they flip him over and find out it's not him. So.
And he's not riddled with arthritis.
Right.
And so it can't be Bond.
Yeah. Got any? What are your points in this area?
I liked the plan that he has to climb that in order to get the bucket to get everyone else up.
Right.
In the weird elevator.
Yeah.
Room.
Yeah.
Shed, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, it made sense.
Sure.
I like that they didn't all just scale this mountain.
Right. That's what I was thinking.
It wasn't like a helicopter ride in.
Right.
Or a hang glider, as Bond likes to do on occasion.
Yeah.
It was. I get that, and it was kind of cool sequence. It lasted a little too long for me.
Sure.
I could have done without, all him kicking every single anchor point.
Right.
But
yeah, no, I'm with you.
Getting into that fortress, which was an awesome evil lair of sorts.
Yeah.
I thought it was kind of cool,
and
it's perfect for a smuggler.
Sure.
When I think smuggling, I think using non-smuggle locations like a church or kind of speakeasies where you have like a mom and pop shop, but in the back,
right,
there's like a drug cartel or something. It made sense, and it was a really cool location.
It's a great location for this.
So I enjoyed it. It just lasted a little too long for me.
Okay.
That scene, and we get in. Once they get in there, it's kind of weird that BB's back.
Yeah, BB's at the top of the mountain with Christados, yeah.
Why? I have no idea. Why does he need to bring her along?
Right, and it's another weird,
they're not involved with this.
No, and that's what I kind of thought, the skating coach is evil. No, not at all. I misjudged her.
That is just because she's
cold
Russian.
And she just looks, she probably seems a little Russian, so she
Eastern
just
European of some sort.
Yeah.
And obviously is evil.
Right, that's what I expected.
Because we're Americans, and that's what we were taught.
Exactly. We grew up in the 80s, and we fear the Eastern Europeans that...
Anyone wearing a babushka?
No. No good. Them. No good.
Not that she will, but she should have.
Yeah.
But I didn't quite understand that.
Well, and then there's another weird moment with BB, and she's in this, leotard, I guess, or whatever.
Yeah, she's doing ballet in a
swimsuit.
monastery. And
she's just jumping up in the trampoline, and at this point it's like, I mean, I don't know what they're trying to do with this. And then she even says to Christados, like, I know you have a thing for me, like something like that. Like, you're too old.
Yeah.
When he's 8 years younger than Bond.
I know.
Again,
they keep bringing up age,
right? And her sexuality.
Yeah.
It's really bizarre.
Like Bond's got a better shot with Olga, the instructor. Than
so that in itself is really strange. I like that she helps them out or the coach. She helps them out by saying, "Hey, he's in this spot, so go get him." And then for me, the ending of this movie is nice and small. It's just they take out all the goons and the.
Although it's weird that you'd think with only 5 people, you'd dispatch people in a stealthy manner.
Sure. Well, she has a crossbow.
But Bond and his buddy just sneak up on 2 guys, hold their guns up, and
a fight ensues.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you knock them out?
Right.
And then they poorly execute a takeover and get knocked through windows, and it was just the worst spy job ever.
Yeah, it kind of was.
They could have easily taken those guys out.
Yeah.
Not gotten into that big tussle.
Yeah.
I like that the helicopter distracted them.
Yeah.
I guess, but we could have taken them out, Bond. He didn't have to horribly fight these guys.
Right.
But yeah, it was kind of lackluster on the whole. Like, I didn't get the fight with him and BB's boyfriend.
Yeah, the German guy.
Yeah, because like he punched him and nothing happened. Like, is he got a vest on?
No, I think it's just showing that
strong.
He's that strong. He's that
East
German, I think, and he's like Red Grant, where he's he's just a tower of muscle and whatever. He's the Superman,
Yeah, it was kind of stupid.
Right.
And then the chase. I like the chase between the 2 smugglers.
Yeah.
That was kind of cool, but
yeah, I like that it's essentially it's like you got the pillars of the UK and Russia, and this guy Christados in the middle. Well, you got 2 smugglers in the middle, so it's like it's 2 sides versus 2 sides. Mm-hmm. And the whole like she wants to take revenge on Christados, and for some reason now Bond wants to take him in, keep him alive. That's a little like heavy-handed with the whole.
It's like, you're a woman, don't kill.
Yeah, and then.
Although I could see that, don't be like me.
Could be.
Cold ass.
She's already killed. She's already taken.
That's true.
Taken a life.
Yeah. Just kill at least 3 people that they give.
Yeah, there might be more than. Yeah. The one I'm thinking is the Cuban assassin. There might be another one.
Oh, that one guy didn't die in the shed. That's right.
Right. Yeah. Columbo just knocks him out. But I do like the conclusion of Columbo knifing Christados. That was well done, because then it's
as long as the blood's not on. Up, I'm good.
Yeah, the blood wasn't on Bond's hands, and it wasn't on her hands, and Columbo's already a dirty character, so it's okay for him to get his hands dirty. So
it was weird to me when Bond throws the device over the cliff.
Yeah. And
then the Russian guy's like, "You got me."
Yeah.
You character.
Old Bond, but
it was weird.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't understand it. Like, he had guys with him.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess because
it was so unfulfilling.
Yeah, but this is the same like Russian guy that we've seen in other movies. I mean, he's playing is this General Gogol or is?
I'm just saying, if you don't get the machine, at least you can say you killed Bond.
But at this point, Russia doesn't want to directly attack Britain.
Who the F's gonna know?
That's true.
They're on top of a freaking temple.
Yeah, that's true.
Bond could have died in a number of ways.
Could have fallen off a cliff. Yeah, with bullet holes.
I'm just saying, nobody's gonna know. You are pretty isolated here.
That's true. Yeah. I don't know. It's just one of those weird, like, Russia wants to have the ability to spy on Britain and America, but they don't want to kill anybody necessarily. I guess he's not willing to go to war with Britain.
At the least, capture him.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Yeah,
he's got to have at least 4 dudes with him.
I don't know. He had
or did he come
helicopter
alone like
pilot.
an idiot?
He might have come alone because Christados was gonna do the switch with Russia. So maybe Christados said, don't bring a bunch of people. If you want this device, I'm going to sell you this device.
Well, that's weird because the other guy, the lackey, he says your general is late. And he said the general would only be late if it was weather.
Okay.
So
because the henchman guy, he's German, so it's not his general. Like,
why does he call him the general? Or his general? He'd never be late.
It's General Gogol. He's the
I just thought he was his guy because he'd said he'd never be late unless it was weather.
I think more like saying your friend is late. Like your general is late. Like not.
Okay. I don't know. But anyway, I just thought it was an odd interaction.
Yeah.
You got me this time, bud.
Yeah.
It was very TV movie.
It was a little it was very hey, no one wins, and it's nice that Britain also doesn't have the device, so that's satisfying to Russia, as long as neither of them have it, I guess it's okay, I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't have as big a problem with that as, for me it was pretty satisfying.
And then it goes to the gratuitous off-site sex scene.
Yeah,
on the water.
It's been done so many times now.
And then the Bond parrot joke.
Well, let's have an English or British Prime Minister, or in this case it's Margaret Thatcher. Yeah, Margaret Thatcher. Let's have the whoever person in charge contact Bond as he's getting busy, and it's they've done it 3 movies now. Yeah. So that was a little disappointing.
Yeah, and the Sarah thing was kind of stupid.
Yeah.
Mr. Bond, I wanted to call you personally and to say how pleased we all are that your mission was a success. Thank you.
Thank you.
Don't thank me, Mr. Bond. Your courage and resourcefulness are a credit to the nation. Dennis and I look forward to meeting you. Meanwhile, if there is anything I can do for you...
Give us a kiss.
Well, really, Mr. Bond.
I think we're having a little trouble with the line, madam.
Give us a kiss.
You idiot.
Get on to it. 007. 007.
It's really, does that sound like Bond?
And it kind of goes back to what we kind of started this one off with. It's really well done, but then it ends. What did we say? What was our SNL?
They
keep talking and it gets weird or something like that. So
they just go until it gets weird, and then everyone's just like, okay, let's stop.
Yeah,
I guess.
So that's kind of where we're gonna end this. That's our review of For Your Eyes Only. All right, you want to get into some heroic and villainous moments?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't really about that.
No, it wasn't. My most heroic was just the sequence of Bond scaling the mountain. It felt kind of badass as far as what we've seen Roger Moore do, and especially in this movie. Yeah, it's not a hero movie, and most of these Bond movies aren't going to have he saves the day, but it's the stakes were so low that
Yeah, I mean, mine was the crossbow to the back of the assassin.
Okay.
Because it saved Bond's skin.
That's true. And she got revenge.
She got her
kind of
sort of revenge.
Yeah.
So I mean, that was as heroic as I got really from this movie.
It's weird if you think about it that she's out for revenge, so she kills the guy that actually killed her parents, and then she wants the guy that sent him to kill her parents, Christados, and then he dies, and then there's still the guy that sent Christados on this thing, which is the Russian, General Gogol, and he gets to smile and wave at Bond, and it's wait, that's still the guy that killed your parents.
That's a good point. I didn't think about that. Yeah.
So I don't know.
So villainous.
Killing the parents.
Yeah. It's pretty cold-blooded.
Yeah. I mean, I almost went with Luigi, killing Luigi, but it's that's lower stakes than.
I went with the Countess being killed, run over. Seriously, what the hell was the point?
Yeah, that's pretty. And she,
it's just cold-blooded.
Yeah.
And then, do we want to do held up?
My only quick note was that most everything holds up.
Yeah, I love the action sequences.
Yeah, the action is good. There's a few obvious like camera tricks and like miniatures, like with the helicopter at the beginning. I think some of that was a miniature, but it still worked. Like it wasn't bad. So overall, I would say the movie holds up. Overall,
the thing that didn't hold up in this movie was Bond as a sexy kind of that sort of guy. He had his moment with the Countess, but aside from that, it was babysitter Bond.
Yeah,
kind of.
Yeah. Well, let's jump into some pros and cons.
Okay. Pro, we've sort of beaten it over the head, but the action was probably some of the best whole movie action.
Sure. Yeah, I had overall the set pieces. If you count them up, I had the helicopter at the beginning, the St. George sinking, the mountain road car chase, the ski chase, the rock climbing.
There's a lot.
Yeah, and then there were more that the underwater stuff as set pieces I didn't like. So those are actually in my cons, but they're still, this movie has a lot of action set pieces. So yeah, I'm with you there.
Yeah, I'd say con would be for me. Or wait, are we still doing pros?
Yeah, still in pros.
Pro is, I mean, I always kind of dig the sort of Bond working with a not so good guy.
Okay. Yeah.
I always kind of like that he uses what he can to accomplish the greater evil.
Sure.
So I've always liked that sort of aspect of some Bond movies.
Yeah. I think this is, well, I've already talked about it. For Your Eyes Only feels like a mashup of From Russia with Love, Honor Majesty's Secret Service, a little bit of the revenge-seeking, female Bond, or Bond girl from Goldfinger. You got Jill or Tilly Masterson. Like one's trying to avenge his sister's death and all that. So.
I'm pretty much out of pros.
Okay, my last one is kind of it's like to me this felt like Roger Moore's best work since The Man with the Golden Gun for me. Because to me this was his take on those other movies. I think I liked it. Out of everything that Roger Moore has done as Bond, I think this is my favorite Roger Moore Bond movie.
See, I thought Bond was just awkward. And it didn't help with the whole BB thing.
Yeah, but I think he handled it as best as he could.
Yeah.
Because he basically, he discouraged the BB thing, and really he held out with the Milana. Like he didn't go after her, he didn't try to seduce her. Like Sean Connery would have.
Yeah.
That Bond should. He would have slept with everyone he came in contact. He would have slept with the flower girl at the flower shop. So I don't hold that against Roger Moore. It's weird for the filmmakers to have the BB character in the movie, but I like that this Roger Moore didn't pursue that.
That leads me to the con.
Okay.
BB.
Yeah.
No point to her.
Yeah, her character.
Make it awkward.
Yeah, one of my cons was just how much it slowed down after the skiing section and up until the wharf fight.
I think that's pretty much my big con is that they don't know when to say enough is enough.
It feels like they get locked into these 2-hour movies. It's like for some reason they feel like they have to fill this much time, and so you get scenes like that, and I don't know.
There's too much setup.
Yeah.
To the sequences.
Yeah.
And then it's over finally.
Yeah.
I just feel like there's too much build up, and it's not suspenseful at all.
Yeah.
And it's just like well, not this was an action sequence, but the whole 3D modeling scene is a prime example of way too much detail.
Didn't serve much purpose. They could have. They wanted a high-tech version instead of him flipping through pages and pages of most wanted photos or whatever. So that was a poor execution. All the underwater stuff really didn't work for me. Not including the being dragged behind the boat, that was fine. But I'm talking about the diving stuff, the going into the boat, fighting with the guy in the suit, and then the other sub versus sub thing. Like that stuff just felt so slow and
sort of go back, I just thought of a perfect example of taking too long in an action sequence. Bond running up those stairs. It was painful.
It was, yeah.
I felt bad for him. A part of me kind of liked that you heard him out of breath, but after a certain point, like, it was kind of realistic. But after a certain point, it was getting kind of worrisome.
Sad.
I was like, somebody's got to help him.
Yeah, and you know that as he's running up, he's like, okay, when are they going to yell cut? Like, any moment now, they're going to tell me to stop running.
Oh, I assume they had to cut like that, where they go back and forth, because he couldn't run the whole thing.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
He makes it up a section, goes, whew, give me a sec, guys.
Yeah.
Smokes a cigarette.
Mm-hmm.
It's a highball.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest con is that. It's just,
sure.
We've talked about it. They don't know how to stop.
Right. They don't know when to say, okay, we got it. We're good.
So.
Yeah. Well, we'll give your overall thoughts and ratings.
Well, I'll start by saying what Rotten Tomatoes has this.
Okay.
Or should I wait until we give ours? I'll wait until the end.
Yeah.
Me, I'm giving it like a 2.75.
Okay.
Like, it was the action scenes they dragged out, but they were done really well.
Yeah.
I had fun with them. Like, the opening sequence with the remote control helicopter was cool. Some of the characters were kind of fun, but as a whole, I just couldn't get into it because it just took freaking forever. And I was disappointed with the way they treated Bond and having him sort of put into these weird situations where he couldn't be the man of mystery. He was the man that's too old for everybody.
Yeah.
And that they pointed it out just made it that much more awkward.
Yeah. No,
like, hey, everybody, look how old he is.
Yeah. No, I get what you mean with all that.
It seemed like you enjoyed this one a bit more.
I really did. Like, if I wanted for me, if I'm going to watch a Roger Moore Bond movie, I might pick this one, in future watchings. But that's because, like I've said it, I don't know how many times now, it feels like those older movies, and it's Roger Moore's take on those movies. So
that's kind of part of what I didn't like about it, is that it's just rehashing stuff they did well previously. They didn't really do much different.
I guess, like, when I think about, like, the Bond movies they've taken previous material, like, let me think. Thunderball is just a rehashing of one of their other movies. You Only Live Twice, I think. Like, basically, it's beat for beat, almost the same movie. I might have those two movies mixed up, but I know we've had other examples of them doing. And this isn't a carbon copy. It's like, we'll take small little character elements
it felt like
and
a
ingredients. We're gonna take these ingredients that work, and we're gonna have Roger Moore do them. Yeah. So I think that's what I like about it. And I like that they stepped back from Moonraker. I think they've learned a little bit of, like, okay, we don't need to go as, like, bombastic and just sending Bond into space. They've learned their lesson. It seems like, let's make this movie a little smaller. Let's simplify it. Let's not have the villain be, it's not a world-ending plot. It's good spy on spy.
It's a traditional spy.
Yeah,
plot,
and I think I like that about it.
It's literally spy equipment they're fighting over.
Right, yeah. It's packed with a lot of action, and most of the action set pieces worked for the most part. Some of them, they would end very awkwardly. But its downsides, it could have been shorter. It's got some forgettable elements, like their villain he's not great.
Yeah. I was trying to find his flaw.
Yeah.
I couldn't.
Okay.
Like, how they have, like, some kind of physical or...
Yeah. Oh, no, that's I would say is gone completely.
Yeah.
We've got, like, barely any MI6 presence in this movie. I mean...
Q pops up here and there.
M's not there. Q's there, but he's real... this isn't my favorite Q.
He's more jokey.
Yeah. So some of the elements of this one are a little forgettable, but overall, this is my favorite Roger Moore.
It's weird. I never felt like Bond fought very well in this movie.
Yeah, he wasn't in too many fights.
Yeah, he was a lot of chasing.
Yeah. Well, I think it's easier for Roger Moore, I think, to put him in a car or put him
those stairs.
Yeah. And that could be, a sign of the age of the actor and.
Because I mean, the only fights I remember are really at the end in the monastery.
Yeah. I mean, and when Roger Moore started out, he was like the karate Bond, like in, or maybe I'm mixing it up with Sean Connery and.
Connery's
there one where? What was the one?
Oh no, it was. Yeah, he's in like a karate
dojo.
Studio.
Yeah. Which one was that? Oh, that was Man with the Golden Gun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So so he was kind of he did some good hands-on fighting. But I guess just the years have caught up with him. I'm guessing, and he can't do the physicality of the fights and stuff as well. So they'll probably just figure, well, rather than try and make it look good, we'll just cut it out completely and just put him in situations where he's relying on vehicles or other situations. So
it feels like for the most part he's getting saved a lot in the movie.
Yeah.
He doesn't do a whole lot of saving himself.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for all those reasons, that's why I give it a 3.5. So it's high, but
it's in check. It's not too high.
It's not too high. It's actually the same rating I gave The Man with the Golden Gun, which you gave a 5.
I love that movie.
Yeah. So overall, it gives us a 3.125. What was the Rotten Tomatoes?
Critics were nicer.
Okay.
Critics gave it a 74, so it's like a decent
Yeah.
score. Fans give it a 64.
Okay.
So it's right around where you're putting it. It's above the 50% area.
Yeah.
It's in the all right category. Not great, but all right.
I think that's fair. Yeah. I get why, I get the reasons why you don't love this one. I get the reasons why a lot of people wouldn't, but for me, it's just, it's those right elements, that call back to those other movies, and it doesn't have as much of the silliness that a lot of these have come to have. Like the guy that does the double take when he's drinking, and he looks back at his, like from the previous two movies, he's in this movie, but they don't go back to him. They actually show him. It's when it's in one of the downhill ski sequences.
Oh yeah.
Probably why the guys are chasing him with motorcycles. Like they rush by him so fast. Like you see him, he's got his wine glass or something, but they don't cut back to him. Yeah. So they at least let's not go for the silly second look or
sound effect in the pipe.
That's there for sure. The parrot, So they've got some of those, but they don't have the bumbling, sheriff. They don't have.
Could have used some of that.
Yeah, why weren't they on vacation in
the Alps?
The Alps, So it's like they've learned some of their mistakes, and they,
See, I think the key to this one is that you have more of a fondness for Bond than I do.
That's I would say that's a big part of it.
It makes sense that you like the best of version.
Okay.
As opposed to me, who's kind of like thinking something new.
Okay. No, that is a good.
Because you've seen these before and have a history with them, whereas I've mostly not seen any of these.
That's a good point. Yeah.
So I don't have that view.
Fondness. Okay, that's legit. That's the fair way to look at it. Yeah. So
I'm coming in cold turkey.
Right.
On most of these.
And actually, on the next one, Octopussy, I don't remember. I don't know if I've ever seen it. If I have, I've seen it once, and maybe as I watch it, things will, I'll remember it. But I have no frame of reference for what happens in Octopussy. So that'll be interesting. That's our next James Bond movie. It's not our next movie, but.
So what is our next movie?
Well, our next movie. I almost said Flash Gordon, but that was our last next movie. Our next movie is Swamp Thing, getting into some actual comic book.
Yeah, I've never seen this.
Okay.
Didn't even know it was a movie.
It is. There's two. There's a sequel as well.
I remember the cartoon.
See, I don't remember the cartoon.
Okay.
I didn't know there was a cartoon until recently. They released a trailer for the animated Justice League Dark.
Uh-huh.
And or Dark Universe or whatever it's called. and it's got Swamp Thing. So I was looking into like Swamp Thing animation, and I found that there was a cartoon. I had no idea there was and I love Swamp Thing. The Alan Moore run on the character, like he's got, I don't remember how many issues, but it's an epic take on the character. So yeah, I'm actually looking forward to seeing it again. Like I've seen it a couple years ago. I rewatched it.
Yeah,
So,
I got no expectations for this because I know he has power over the swamps.
Yeah.
Kind of like almost poison ivy-ish with plants.
Yeah, I don't.
Aspect. But he's kind of like a demigod or a semi-lower god.
Yes, he's an elemental.
Yeah.
So he controls the green. And then, well, in the new 52, like the more recent stuff, you got Swamp Thing is the avatar of the green. So everything plant life on the planet. And then you have like Animal Man who controls the red, which is everything that's life, like I think animals, humans, anything that's, sentient, I guess. And then you had someone else was in charge of like death, like all the rotting and all that.
I'm kind of waiting for a Captain Planet movie.
Yeah, I don't know.
Earth, wind, fire, heart.
What? Yeah. With your powers combined.
I'm honestly surprised we haven't had that.
Yeah. Did you ever see the Don Cheadle? I think it's the College Humor, or what's the? It's a really Funny or Die. That's what I was trying to think of. They did a trailer for Captain Planet with Don Cheadle as Captain Planet.
Nice.
It's definitely worth looking for. Yeah, I mean they full on like green face paint.
Yeah, because he's kind of like a bluish
blue
color.
Face, maybe with like a green body, or
no, he's
maybe
blue body with green hair.
Okay.
Because I think that's the water.
I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway.
So what else? I wanted to mention in our Raiders episode, which has come out at this point or hasn't come out. I don't remember what the order is of when. But we talked about with those guys. We talked about the other, like the movie by minute format and stuff. And I brought up that I would love to do a Jurassic Park. Like that would be the one franchise I'd want to do. Well, after we released that, after we recorded that episode, and then like a week later, maybe, there's somebody doing Jurassic Park Minute, and they're going to be like their first episode comes out in October 17th, I think. So I'm actually really looking forward to it. But I was like, it's probably good that someone's taking that because I'll never get around to having the time to do another podcast.
Minute by minute.
I'd still love to do it because I love the format. Like what they started with Star Wars Minute it's incredible, and like I'm really into the Indiana Jones Minute. There's a good Alien Minute podcast. But then it got me thinking, like, and actually, Lord of the Rings Minute just started as well, a week or two ago, and it's really fun. But then it got me thinking, I don't think anyone's doing Harry Potter Minute. It's like I'm still thinking of like, well, what movie by minute would I?
I gotta listen to one of those because I'm trying to figure out how you make podcasts on a minute of a movie. And then
you should start with one of them. Like either start with Star Wars, or there's a Ghostbusters Minute. There's a bunch of them now. Like there are a bunch of spawned off.
Do Back to the Future Minute.
That's already been done.
Okay.
Yeah, they've already done the first 2 movies, and they're in like hiatus between 2 and 3.
It's gotta be like a Terminator.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a Terminator
Predator.
one. I thought about Die Hard Minute. Like it basically, you'd want to find a movie that has like a franchise. I think someone's actually doing like the Marvel Cinematic Minute or something. So they're probably started with Iron Man.
A long one.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Some long movies.
And the guys, the guy and lady that are doing Lord of the Rings Minute, they're doing the extended editions. Like so, they're starting off with they won't be done with the first movie Fellowship until I don't know I don't know the runtime with one of those movies, but they're like 3.5 hours long. So yeah, so it's
a good 15 years later.
Yeah. So I love the format, but I was in one sense like kind of bummed when I saw someone was taking on Jurassic Park, but also like relieved of like, okay, good, someone's gonna do it. So
yeah, I was just at a wedding yesterday, and they had the Jurassic Park theme as the music for the guys and the bridal party going down.
Nice.
That epic thing.
Okay, that's cool.
Like, wait, is this?
What was the connection with Jurassic Park? Just something that he was into?
Yeah, I think it's one of his favorite movies, I guess.
That's cool.
I didn't know the groom, so.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I was like, is that Jurassic Park? And yep, that is Jurassic Park.
Right on.
So yeah, we get Swamp Thing next.
Yeah. We'll be back with Swamp Thing Minute next episode, whether Patrick likes it or not.
Yeah.
James Bond will return with Octopussy, but we will return with Swamp Thing.
Cool. Alright, I guess check us out on the...
Oh, yeah, I guess I do some housekeeping. Find us on, everywhere on,
Check social media.
Social media, we're at Real Comic Heroes. We'd really love some iTunes reviews, just take a minute out of your day and give us a rating on there would be nice. I think we got anything else?
There's only so many dummy accounts I can set up.
Right, yeah.
And oddly, I haven't given us 5 stars.
Yeah.
I'm a real dick.
Thanks, Patrick.
Yeah. But yeah, until next time.
Yeah.
We'll see you at the swamp.
Government agents, scientists, soldiers, master criminals, secret formulas, monsters and midgets. None of them belong in this swamp. Only one thing does. The Swamp Thing.
Uh-huh. Here comes trouble.
The Swamp Thing.
There goes the neighborhood.
Adrienne Barbeau and the Swamp Thing, an outrageous pair in the incredible adventure that grows on you or all over you. The Adventures of the Swamp Thing. The comic book legend lives.
Cricket's back. I didn't even hear it.
I haven't heard it until just now.
Yeah.
I don't think he was going the whole time.
Can you see the
Cricket!